Welcome back to theZim's Video Journal. This is Video Journal episode 87. Thanks for joining. Once again, did you watch Seahawks? That was crazy. So check it out. My Seahawks promotion this week for my clutch is, I didn't write it down. What I was going to say, Miracle. And since they only scored 10 points, I'm going to double it, say $20 off. So Miracle 20 will be the phrase to use on Etsy if you want one of my clutches that I make. I have 3 different designs. I'll put the link in the description of the video. So we're on Video Journal episode 87. Thanks again for being here, like I already said. So check it out, yo. WOTS podcast version 858 this last week with Kimo Muraki. Amazing. One of the best ones yet, in my opinion. I loved it. I liked it from multiple levels. The first half hour for me was pretty amazing because we really got... we brought up a lot of issues with being a local musician, booking shows, trying to figure out how that worked. It was very, there was a lot of ideas. And I remember I listened back to it 4, maybe 5 times because it was just, I really enjoyed it. And just trying to think about it. But of course, I didn't write down my thoughts in the moment. And I didn't listen to it close enough to doing that remembering everything. But what I do, the overencompassing idea that I remember was pretty much everything that happened in that first half hour. You could go much deeper with the different ideas and explore a lot further what things mean. I mean, we brought up get bands getting excited for shows, and I've said before, I think local musicians think support is saying, giving another musician or band a pat on the back and saying, hey, that was a good set. That is not support. Support is actually championing the other music, the other people in the scene, and saying, hey, you really need to check this music out because they are amazing, and telling people about it and being spoken for that. I think so many musicians in the scene just have this tunnel vision view of what it means to be supportive, but then also that idea, okay, I guess I am going a little bit deeper with it here, but the idea of getting excited for shows we brought up, and what does that mean? And it's there's so much more that goes into it, and I think there's an internal place of wanting to play and being excited for that, but then there's an external expression of that, and what is that? And there's so much that goes into that, and like I've said many times, the show starts the moment it's booked. So it means, how do I show externally my excitement for the show? It means creating creating things with social media, with different things, content that will then draw people out and go, hey, that looked cool, I want to be a part of that, so I'm going to go to the show. It means actually talking with the other bands and going, what can we do to generate some excitement for this show? What can we do together? And it's actually doing that. It's not just sitting and going, I'm excited, but I'm going to invite a few friends and not really think about it until 2 days before the show again, and then invite a few more friends. No, it's it's bigger than that, and you can go a lot deeper into that. And I just think a lot of people don't realize that the landscape has changed so much. And here's the rabbit hole. It's and of course there are those bands that will never understand that because they've, I don't know, gotten into a position that their friends come out and there's, they bring a handful of people and the ball rolls. But what about and everything I do is obviously through the lens, my own lens, and my lens is really hard to bring people to shows. I tell everybody I know and they still don't come for the most part. I mean, I get a handful and I thank those people that do come out, but not to the numbers that say, not enough that get other people going, why? Because I believe it's when there's enough people into one thing, people start to go, why do people like that? And they kind of gravitate and they go oh, people like that, I want to kind of like that too, and their friends like it. It's and I just haven't had enough of a groundswell idea of people getting into the things that I'm creating to grow it And that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, how do I put things out there that will grow the idea, not just kind of be put out and then die and fizzle. And it's complicated. As you know, if you've been watching these video journals, there's a lot that I do, and my life, I just can't drop everything and do one thing. I've my kids and my day jobs and all that kind of stuff that I don't know how to. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate all of it. So that's all part of the puzzle. Because I personally I can contradict myself when I start talking about ideas. And like, for me, the best way, period, if you want success in the music industry, in the art industry, is just devote every minute of every day to that thing that you want to create, and figure out how you can do that. Every time you finish one project, or one idea, you create a poster. All right, now let's go put it places. All right, now let's put it online. Put it on, it's like, okay, that was done. Okay, what else can I do? Oh, let's make a video for online. Let's record something. It's like, just you keep creating forward, and you keep pushing forward. And that's what I believe is the ways to generate excitement for what you're doing. But most of us do have day jobs and other things, and things that divide our attention. So there's that. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, WOTSpodcast.com is the place to go. So check it out. I want to give a shout out to Kelly Blanchard of Blue Star Creeper. He posted a really great post on Facebook about the last podcast, which I'm really thankful for, because that's what I want. I want people interacting socially online with the podcast, and what I'm trying to do is sharing it with their friends. And this one was, at this point, one of the more shared podcasts. Still not nearly close to those day after download numbers that I'm looking for. I want to get 100 downloads the day after I post. So every Thursday I post. So every Friday morning when I wake up, I want to look at my download numbers and see 100 plus. And it wasn't even close to that. But I think this one potentially could maybe be one of those ones that's just kind of a sleeper and will grow, because it was such a good, Chemo is one of my favorite musicians in the scene. He's got a pedigree and a legacy that he's curated because he's so good, and he's doing more stuff like booking for the High Dive, and he's been in so many bands and has so many different projects that he's worked with, that maybe people will see it somehow and then go, oh, Chemo's a part of that, I want to click listen, and then they'll hear the story, and like Kelly Blanchard could hear what we were trying to say and then passed it on to his friends. So that's what I'm very thankful for that. And I hope more of that will happen as time goes, because that's one of the best ways that I know of that will grow this, without being able to, money would be great. Here's me contradicting myself again. Yeah, it would be great to pay for ad space on, social networks, but I can't afford it. So I'm relying on you to help spread the word. The Seattle Music Scene Documentary 2 is done, basically. I sent it to Adrian Braxton of the Braxmatics, as that's the focus band. I sent it to him to check it out, to make sure like their spellings of names and things like that were all correct. I don't know if he's had a chance to watch it yet, but hopefully he'll do that soon, so then I can just post it. I have a few minor edits to fix, so probably within the next week I'll be posting that. Maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. I just want to make sure. I'll watch it a few more times myself and then post it. I'm really happy with it. I really like it. I really like it for a lot of reasons, which I'll probably get into more after it's posted. But for now, it's just like, I like that I made another one. And I'm looking down the line, I like the idea of these being, they're long form. The first one was like 45 minutes. This one's about 40, just less than 40 minutes, like 38 minutes. Long form, but I like the stories, and I like when they like. I was thinking about it, and in our current mode of social of content creation is small, compact, short, quick blast. That kind of evolution of the MTV generation into social media, just quickness, small. But I like the idea of these are longer forms of that. When people decide to go, I want to know more about this, they can just go to what I've created and look back at a time, 15 years from now, look back at this time, at this moment in time, and get a really good sense of it rather than this really small snippet of it. So that's kind of, I like that idea, and I'm going with that. I'm over 10 minutes now, so I'm going to stop. I have more to say, but I'll put it on next week's. So thanks for watching. I'm the Zim. This is the Zim's Video Journal. Hope to catch you next week. So until then, peace.